Hey everyone, welcome back to the studio where even dreams believe. It is a little bit later in the day, and if you have missed part one of this, please go and watch it first so that you can see the whole background of this video here. So we have just moved into the beginning stages of winter, and I love soup. I don't know if you love soup, but I just had a hearty plate of soup. So I am very, very happy with that. That was very, very nice. All right. I'm so glad that my mom made that. So yes, it's helpful. I can't stand long enough at the stove yet to prepare a full meal. So I am working on that. All right. Now let's see. In the first half of this, remember this is what we're aiming for. And this is where we were. Okay, so in this section here, I have focused on the cold colors. So first it's the dioxide violet with the emerald green, viridian, and mid green. Then it was again those three colors with burnt sienna and with yellow ochre. Okay. So here we can see already the difference that we can get. It is absolutely amazing that you can make so many different colors only using a few colors. So let's continue here. I have reset my space over here. So let's get started, shall we? All right, I'll share my screen. Pardon me. Let me just grab some water. There we go. Okay. All right. Now what we have in front of us here is just the setup again. Okay. I have got my water here. Let me just put some more water in here quickly. I have a bottle of water in the studio so that I don't have to run to the kitchen all the time. I'm just going to add a bit here. Okay, all right. So now let's have a look and see. My colors that I have set up, the light colors, permanent green, sap green, and leaf green. Okay, again, we are going to use these three colors. We are going to start with this one here. Just want to make sure my brush has been cleaned properly. Yes, that's good enough. Okay, let's see here. I am going to start with my dioxide violet. Okay, and we are going to start with this one here. It is the permanent green. Okay, so now I've got my brush loaded with the you can see the purple. I'll bring it a little bit closer. Okay, so now you can see here as we start to mix, the color is changing. Let's just mix that through. You can see that amazing green color there. It's quite a bit different from the normal permanent. Okay, so let's have a look here. I'm going to just leave it here. I had to wash my little plates so they are wet at the moment. I don't want to stick it in the center of this. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? Let me just add a little bit of water. Okay. Okay, so you can see immediately this color has a totally different effect than the colder greens. This green here is more to the warmer side. Okay, so now I'm just going to, I just want to really thin this out so that we can get a lighter gradient of it. Let's just take a little bit more pigment. It is a little bit later in the day now, so the lighting has changed a little bit, but I'm sure you can still see. All right, so there we have it. We have got permanent green and dioxide violet. Oh, about our circle here, the colder colors are on the outside, so the outer leaves would be the colder colors. The inner circle of the leaves here would be the warmer colors. Okay, next color, we are going to use dioxide violet again, and we are going to mix it with sap green. So let's see here. Let's put it here. You can see the dioxide violet. Can you see it clearly? The color. You can see it's changing dramatically. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so we are also putting it in here. It's our next leaf. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush a little bit to get oh my goodness, I am so sorry about that. I think a neighbor might be chopping wood or something. Now we've got the dogs going. Sorry, it happens. We live very close together in this complex. It's like a type of an estate, and we all have got back gardens, but I think if that is the sound, then my neighbor is going to start a fire. Okay, so now we have got our leaf there. We can see the change in color. We can see it has got totally different character to that one there. Oh my goodness, where do you think I got that? Let me clean that off before I mess everything up here. I'm so glad that I saw that. What did I do? I must have some, and you can see this pigment. This pigment is even difficult. This looks to me like a viridian green. The viridian green is very difficult to get out of your brushes and your things. I'm sorry about that noise. I hope it's not too bothersome. Okay, let me just see. Oh, look, my whole palette is covered in it at the bottom. That's no wonder. Okay. Okay, hopefully that is done. Okay, so now let me clean the brush and continue to the next color, which is leaf green. It's a lighter green. So let's have a look here. We are also using our dioxide violet. Yesterday I did one color completely, I did the section completely, and it really confused me so much which color I was using because I did not put my color markers next to them. So I kept getting confused and saying, oh, what color was this? Luckily today it's going easier this way, doing it like this. Okay, one color at a time, not using all three, the dioxide violet and also the burnt umber and the yellow ochre in one sitting. I'm not sure if that is chopping wood. I'm not sure what they are chopping. If this continues, I will stop the video here and then I will wait for it to quiet down before I can finish it. I did not expect them to come and chop something tonight. Okay, let's see how far we can get here. I hope you can hear me clearly. Okay, I just diluted that color a little bit so to get the lighter color of it in here. Okay, all right, so that is the first set of warmer leaves. Okay, so we have got dioxide violet with permanent green and with sap green and leaf green. Okay, so now let's see the next color. Let me make sure my brush is clean. Yes, and I think I'm going to just change out this water quickly. Got a clean bowl. Most of the time when I use watercolors, I will have two water bowls. One would be for the colder colors and one would be for the warmer colors. So I try to have that, and then also I have the smaller one, this one here, which I usually have just to clean my brush after I've rinsed it, just to make sure it is clean. So that is just for clean water. Okay, our next color is burnt sienna. So now let's see. Let's grab, okay, I poked my finger in it. Wait. Okay, let's grab our permanent green and our burnt sienna. Okay, here we go. You can see there. I just want to grab a little bit more of the sienna. I don't think I picked up enough. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's have a look and see. What do we get with this one? Turn over here. All right, let's see. So we're going to go over. We can see that the sleeve is fitting in already easier with the others because the burnt sienna changed these leaves to a warmer color, even though it was the colder greens on the other side. I hope I'm not confusing you. Let's take it just in a water down. That's a beautiful color. Look at that color. Very nice. I don't want it to run, so I'm just going to put it down. Okay. Number next would be this one here. The sap green and burnt sienna. Okay, let's see here. I'm not sure why everyone is outside now. It's supposed to be a cold evening and everyone is supposed to be inside their houses. Obviously not here. Okay, let's have a look and see. I'm going to just water this one down also, just to get a lighter version of this color. I'm resting my arm, and that is how I can keep control of my brush. If I didn't rest my arm, I would rest my hand, my wrist, or my pinky finger, just to keep the control. Oh, that's a beautiful color. Okay, let's have a look and see if we can make this one the next one. I just want to get all of this green out of my brush. Let's see. Okay. All right. So the next one would then be leaf green and burnt sienna. I keep wanting to say burnt umber. I don't know why. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, let's have a look. Also a very nice color. just going to water it down a little bit so that we can see the lighter shade. I love it. Look at that. You can see these are much warmer. It looks as if they are in the sunshine, or the sunshine is coming from behind them. Okay, fantastic. We have got the last three over here, and we are going to change water. Just grab this bowl here. Okay. Oh, my brush was not 100% clean. That's okay. I'll rinse it out here. This little bit in the water won't make a difference. Okay, so we're starting over here again, and we have got permanent green and yellow ochre. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's put that there. I just want to make sure I don't have green paint on my fingers. And let's do this one here. Okay, adding a little bit more water to dilute that color. Nice color. Oops, we've got a drip running up and down there. It will blend in. Okay, great. Now we are going to see what happens when we mix sap green and yellow ochre. Okay, I'm tilting this down so I don't want to contaminate the paint with the others that I have mixed already. So let's just go and have a look at that one there. Okay, let's see. What are we going to have here? This has turned out to be a beautiful green. I like it. I think that the warmer greens are definitely easier to work with and to paint with in a painting, especially if you are doing foliage or something like that, because the blue-green is just a difficult one to work with, unless you want to use it for shadows. Some plants have got very, very dark bluey green leaves. And let me know in the comments if you paint and if you find it easy to work with the greens in nature, or do you find it hard to make it feel or look realistic, because sometimes some of the greens are just like an whoa, too blue. You cannot use Viridian straight out of a tube to do leaves or something, or even emerald green. It's very blue, very strong pigment, and I think it's a harsh pigment. Okay, all right, let's just see here. Okay, all right, the last one, we have got leaf green, which when it is painted on its own with a lot of paint, with very saturated paint, looks very similar on paper to permanent green. Let's see here. I'm going to water this a little bit here. Okay, here we go. Let's see. How can I hold this one? You can see that color there. So if I pull in more green, it would change the color. If I put in more yellow ochre, it would change the color. I think I'm going to be happy with that color change here. That's why I said in the previous video, you can make so many different kinds of green, even using the two same shades that you are mixing, just depending on how much you use of each of them. Okay, here we go for the last one. Let's give it a nice pointy end there. Okay. This is a piece of yellow ochre stuck deep in the bristles of this. I don't really like this brush, but I didn't want my other special brush to get stained with the blue-green pigment. But now this one, I know why I don't like it. When you're halfway painting, then it releases the other color that you mixed. That's that. Look at it. I'm very happy with it. Okay, we can, oh, let me just put this down before it runs all over the page. It's still too wet. Okay, so what we have learned today is that, one, you don't need to, I'm just dabbing this little puddle here slightly. Don't want to lift the color, I just want to lift the water. We don't need to buy 25 types of green. We can have a few greens and then we can mix it with other colors, any color from the color wheel, and you can have a fantastic variety of greens that you can do a lot with. Now I've used these three colors: dark side violet, burnt umber, burnt sienna. Oh my goodness. I think it must be the tablets that I'm taking for my back. And yellow ochre. Okay, with these three. We could have used orange, or we could have used magenta, or we could have used yellow. Any other colors we could have used. We could have used Prussian blue for the colder color, any color. And then you would get a total different variety of greens again from that one. So that is why I say you really, really, really do not need to buy every type of green that you can get on the market. And believe me, if you go and you look for something green, it's absolutely overwhelming. What I say, and what I say in last video, these tubes were part of that bi-weekly magazine that you could collect a tube of paint. And I have got a whole tackle box, a fishing tackle box over there full of it, okay? And I am using it because it's paint. I don't know which brand it is, but it's paint. It's got good pigment. Obviously, I will not use that if I have to do a commission or if I paint to sell. But for my own practices and playing with color and teaching my students in studio, if they want to play with the color, I will use them because I have them. All right. Okay, so let's see. It has dried a little bit more. Let's see there. Yeah, you can see. Fantastic colors. I am quite happy with the outcome. Okay. And if you look here, what I have on this side is I have got the 3 colors. So this one here is permanent green. Permanent green. There's a permanent green mixed with the yellow ochre. There's a permanent green mixed with the burnt sienna. There's a permanent green mixed with the dioxide violet. And there's the permanent green on its own. Neat. Okay. Let's have a look at the sap green. This is the sap green. Neat. Here's the sap green and the yellow ochre. There's the sap green with the dioxide violet. And here's the sap green with the burnt sienna. Next, warm green, leaf green. And here you can see my comment just now that these two look very similar. I think the leaf green just have a touch more yellow. Okay. So yellow ochre and leaf green. There it is. That color, like a mustardy khaki army color green, leaf green and dioxide violet, leaf green over here, and burnt sienna. Okay, now if I put it this way here, so we've got the warm colors on this side, and here I've put just baubles of the colder greens. Let's go through this one. Emerald green. So this is a very opaque flat green. Emerald green, dioxide violet gives me this one. Okay. Viridian green. Oh, hold on. Let's finish this one first. Emerald green, dioxide, that one. Emerald green and burnt sienna gives me this color. Emerald green and yellow ochre gives me this beautiful green here. So it changes the dynamics of the colors totally when you mix it with a different color. It's amazing. It's very exciting that you can actually, with the limited palette, you can do so much. Okay, Viridian. Now this one here is very, very saturated, the color, and it's a very harsh, it's it's really a harsh green to use. It's more blue, okay, if you look at it in daylight. Okay, so Viridian and dioxide violet gives us this color here. Okay, depending on the saturation, it can be darker or it can be lighter. Okay, Viridian and burnt sienna gives me this color here. Viridian and yellow ochre gives me that color there. This reminds me of a bay leaf, dried bay leaf that you would put in a stew. Okay, so the next color would be our mid green. This one again is a little bit more flat. It's a more opaque color. Okay, so mid green, dioxide violet. Look at that color. It's like nearly a gray green. That's amazing. Imagine for a shadow or monochromatic, if you want to paint in these colors using your own mixed color. I can imagine that. Okay, mid green and burnt sienna is going to give me this one here. That is really like a khaki color, army camo color. It's in that same vibe. Okay, so burnt sienna and mid green gives us this one. Yellow ochre and mid green gives us this leaf over here. I think it is really amazing. I keep saying that over and over, but it's true. I really think that it is such a nice thing to know that if you only have got your primaries, even, let's talk about the primary colors. If you only have your primaries, you can mix a lot of colors. You can basically mix all the colors, and from the colors that you mix, you can mix again other colors. You can mix your whole palette except black and white. You can't really get that to mix with all the colors. You could get near black, but not lamp black. Okay, so what are the three main colors? The primary colors: blue, red, yellow. Okay, so we can use that to mix any color. If you look at some of the kits that a basic starter kit will usually contain your three primaries, a black and a white. Okay, so I think this goes to prove. What do we prove? You don't have to buy everything. And what else does it prove? You can use what you got, even though it could be crappy paint. Okay, you can play, you can have fun, you can use it in a journal, you can teach young students how to mix colors, and one day when they are at a level where they can look after their watercolors well and use their brushes well, then they can graduate to pans, okay, or to other tubes which has got a good branding. Okay, all right, there are so many different types available, and it is just amazing to see all the things. I think if there's one shop that, if I have to have a shop, any type of shop, a bricks and mortar shop, I think an art shop. Oh my goodness, I would love to have an art shop, an art supply shop. Can you imagine how I would experiment? It would be a lot of fun. I would like to say thank you for hanging with me here, and I will see you soon. Okay, and I would love to know if you also think that you can do a lot with a little, or if you think No, in order for me to paint, I have to have every single color that is out there. Okay, let me know what you think, and we will see you soon. Me, myself, and I mean, and you. Okay, it has been a long day. See you. Thank you. Bye.